What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have NOFX. Yes, indeed, how about that? NOFX making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Johnny, and Johnny wanted to see me react to this song by NOFX called The Decline. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Fat Wreck Chords, okay? And the video has 4.8 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. NOFX, The Decline, official full album version. That doesn't say official audio. It didn't come off their official page, I don't think. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Okay. Yeah. 1820. Okay, that's not a surprise. Johnny did tell me this was a long song. He did warn me when he made this request a long time ago that this is almost a 20-minute long song. And he asked me if that would be okay to request. And I told him, yeah, sure, you can request it. Here's the thing. If it's going to be an almost, 19-minute long song, it better absolutely blow the barn doors off. Like, I had better be blown away by this. I had better be thoroughly entertained. Because if I'm not, and I'm bored, or this song is just not well written or anything like that, I am going to absolutely destroy this song. I'm going to sink it with a depth charge faster than any battleship in the history of naval combat. It is going to be an absolute massacre. Now, he assured me this is a great song. So I'm going to go in with an open mind, and we're going to wait and see what happens here. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
listen well. Cherished every cartridge, every shell. Down by the creek, under brush, under dirt, there's a car, kids of my second kill. Down by the park, under stone, under pine, there's a car, kids of mine, brother William. Brother, where have you gone to? I swear, I never thought I could. I've seen so many times, they told me to shoot straight. Don't pull the trigger, squeeze. That will ensure a kill. A kill is what you want. A kill is why we breed.
Got me.
The Christians love their guns. The church and NRA pray for their salvations. Pray on the lower face. The storybooks been read and every line believed.
Same progression.
Curriculum been set. Logic is a threat.
It sounds
We
good.
search that seed.
Wow. Okay. Really changing up. Good place to say to pause for a second. Okay. Fast beat, upbeat, fast pacing, high energy. Absolutely. Just kicking off at a breakneck speed and really not taking the foot off the gas. Guitar work is solid. Nothing I would say impressive, but solid. Doing the job it needs to do. It's not doing any lead work. It's just, chordal progressions all the way through. The most active thing. Well, okay. Well, let's be honest here. The drummer is the most active. Okay, without question. Drummer's got his hands full. But surprisingly, the bass coming in, I wouldn't say a close second, but it's definitely in second place without question. Taking the counter melodic lines, I really can appreciate that, moving up the neck, and really kind of playing around with those counter melodic lines in a very appropriate way, not overly done, which I'm really happy to see. Not gonna lie, a little surprised here that tapping section, with the triad. It's surprising to hear that in a song like this, in a feel like this. It's a very nice surprise. Yeah, it's just a triad. The modulation up a full step. It's the exact same pattern. Nothing changes as far as the integers go. If the notes change, you just move up a full semitone for each note. So all it was a modulation, and that's not a big deal. Going from D to E, or from A to B, or from C to D, or whatever the case may be. But the pattern didn't change. But still, again, well executed, sounded good, very clean. Gotta give him props. So yeah, so far so good. So far so good. 402. Yeah, that feels accurate. It feels accurate. Now the good news is, and people are going, well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? In this case, it's a good thing, because we're at the 4-minute mark, and it feels like we're at the 4-minute mark. It doesn't feel like we're at the 6-minute mark. You know what I mean? The song doesn't feel like it's dragging. It's not like, oh, I thought 6 minutes went by, only 4 minutes have gone by. Oh God, we're not doing that. It's 4:02, and it feels like about 4 minutes have gone by. So we're hitting for par, no problem. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Jerry spent some time in Michigan. 20-year vacation. lot more in Detroit. Down in California, a $20 fine. Jerry only stayed a couple months. It's hard to enjoy yourself while bleeding out the ass. Asphyxiation is simple and fast. It's been 17 fun years of being someone's bitch. Don't think that. Drink your wine. Watch the fire.
Take down the guitar completely on one accord.
His problems not mine. Just be there, my own citizen. I wish I had a shilling
Now we're back to this
for
game.
every senseless killing. I'd buy a government. America's for sale, and you can get a good deal on it, and make a healthy profit. Or maybe tear it apart. Start with assumption that a million people are smart. Smarter than one. Serotonin's gone. She gave up, drifted away. Sarah let the process gone. She left her answering machine on. The greeting left spoken sincere. Messages no one will ever hear. 10,000 messages a day, a million more transmissions play. Victims of the laissez-faire. 10,000 voices, 100 guns, 100 decibels turns to one bullet, one empty head. Now it's serotonin gone. The man who used to speak performs a cute routine. Feel a little patronized. Don't feel bad about what's inside your head. And if you feel a bit misled, it's not that they don't care, yeah. The televisions put a thought inside your head, like a berry manilow. Jingle our vibes, teach the world to sing the perfect harmony, a symphonic blank stare, yeah. It doesn't make you care. Not designed to make you care. They're betting you won't care.
places I need to pause. Yeah, okay, actually, it's pretty close. I thought we were about the 9-minute mark, so 9:44. So we're actually a little ahead of what I thought we were gonna be. Okay, that's fair play. The song is interesting. I will absolutely give it that. It's keeping me on my toes, and it's making me guess where are we going next. You know, and there's definitely entertainment value there. There is definitely entertainment value there in regards to not being bored. I'm not bored. I'm definitely not bored. I can't be bored. It's changing its direction often enough that I don't slip into the doldrums, but at the same time, it's not changing the direction so quickly that I get confused or I get lost. Whenever they change gears, they stay on their new section and their new feel, the new tempo, whatever the case may be. They stay there long enough for you to get into the groove, enjoy the groove, and just when you're about to ask yourself, I wonder where we're gonna go next, they're already taking you there. That's interesting. It's good. It's definitely good songwriting. Impressive. I don't know if I go that far, but it's definitely feeling good. It definitely sounds good.
Good. Good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Real good. Real good. Tastes good. Tastes good. Mighty good. Mighty good. Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Good for me.
And it's fun to listen to. And I've got no problem with anything I've heard so far. Now we still have another 8.5 minutes to go. We're over halfway though. So far so good. Let's see if the trend continues. Let's keep going here. Now where are we gonna go?
gonna be
7, 4.
Lost the battle, lost the war, lost the things worth living for, lost the will to win the fight, one more pill to kill the pain. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. The going get tough, the tough get dead. Don't pay attention, pay the rent. Next of kin, pay for your sins. A little faith should keep us safe. Tradition when we can admit defeat, live in decline, be the victim of our own design. The status quo built on suspect. Why would anyone stick out their neck? Fellow members, club, we've got ours. I'd like to introduce you to our host. He's got his, and I've got mine. Meet the decline.
Okay. Okay. The thing that's going for the song the most is also the thing that's working against the song. The thing that's going for the song the most, the thing that's working for the song the most is it's constantly changing. It's constantly changing direction, changing feel, changing tempo. We're staying in 4/4 the whole time, but we're jumping around in tempo anywhere from 160 beats per minute to 180 beats per minute to 150 beats per minute to 200 beats per minute down to 120 beats per minute. Back up to 140 beats per minute. We're jumping all over the place with tempo. Plus, we're changing around with feel. Plus, we're changing around with key. So we're constantly changing. The song is constantly moving in new directions, and that's a good thing. It's keeping the listener engaged. It's keeping the listener involved. It's keeping the listener interested in what's happening within this long song. But the downside is, and this is where things are going to get really weird, that exact same reason that the song is working so well is also the little bit of the song's downfall. It's like, okay, you're changing in all these directions, and that's great. What else can you do? Is that all you can do? Can you just change feel, change tempo, change direction? Is that all you can do? I mean, is there anything else? It's becoming a little, I hate to say this, but okay, the direction changes themselves are not becoming monotonous, but the idea of changing direction is becoming monotonous. I don't really want to use the word one-trick pony, but that's kind of what this song kind of sounds like at this point. It's like, okay, you've done that, and you done that, and you did that, okay, okay. What else are we going to do? I mean, how much farther can you take this, I guess, is really the question. I mean, they've gotten through almost 15 minutes on that one trick, which is really impressive. If I'm being honest, guys, that's to be able to pull that off for 15 minutes and keep me interested, keep me vested, keep me from going, oh my God, how much more time is left? That's an impressive feat. But I'm going to be honest with you. We're at the 15-minute mark, and now I'm finding myself asking the question, what else? Okay, you've done that. We slowed down. We sped up. We changed feel. We did the backbeat feel. We did the double time feel. We did the halftime feel. We did the straight time feel. Okay, we've been doing that for 15 minutes now. What else have you got? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know if there's really anything else they can do. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know. Change key. We haven't changed key yet. That's something we could do. We could try doing that. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We still got 325. Okay, we got 325. Let's see what they can do. Maybe they will change key, or maybe they'll come up with something else that we haven't done yet. That's very possible too. Let's keep going here.
And I've got mine, meet the decline.
We've heard this. I hope they finish the song with this. I hope they don't change anymore. Modulation. AM radio filter. Really squelching that AM radio filter. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I heard that. Triplet feel. Huh. Okay. Okay. There's really not a whole lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the course of the reaction. trick is trying to condense everything from an 18, 20-minute song down to as short a span as possible of explanation. That's going to be the trick. That's going to be the trick. But I think I can do it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was NOFX with The Decline. This was a request from Johnny. Okay, I'm going to do my best to keep this review short. I'm not going to lie, folks. We're talking about a song that is 18 minutes and 20 seconds long. So how short can the review possibly be? I'm going to do my best to keep the review under 10 minutes. I'm going to try. Because quite honestly, most of what I'm going to say, I've already said during the course of the reaction. So there really isn't a ton to talk about. But like I said, it is an 18-minute and 20-second long song, so I'm going to do what I can. No promises, other than I will try my best to keep this short, okay? All right, let's start off with the score, shall we? Out of a possible 5 stars... Yeah, why not? I'll do it. All right, I'm going to give that 4 stars. Yep, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, folks. When Johnny requested this song and he told me that it was almost 20 minutes, I just about fell out of my chair. I was like, are you serious? You want me to react to a 18.5-minute long song? Has any other reactor ever reacted to this? I'm just curious. I very seriously doubt it. Most reaction channels won't even touch songs that are over 6 minutes. So, yeah, an 18.5-minute long song. I really don't see too many other reaction channels doing this. But it's because of that reason that I kind of said, you know what? No one else is going to do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. This one time, I'll do it. I'll take it. I'll throw it in the mix, and we'll wait and see what happens. I did warn Johnny when he did make the request, and I did add to the queue. I did tell him, listen, we're talking about an 18.5-minute long song. This had better absolutely blow my barn doors off. This had better absolutely blow my skirt up, because if it doesn't, I'm going to absolutely tear it to shreds. And he said he understood. He completely understood, and he was very confident in the song and what it was going to do, you know, on how well it would do on the channel. And I gotta say, his confidence was well placed. It's an 18.5-minute long song, and I'm not gonna lie, folks, it did feel like 18.5 minutes. It did. But here's the thing. It didn't feel like 20. It didn't feel like 24. It didn't feel like 27. It didn't feel like 33. It felt exactly like it was, 18.5. And that's hitting for par. I'm sorry. You ask any golfer, any amateur golfer, if hitting for par is easy, and they're going to tell you, no, it's not. It's not an easy thing. If you're hitting par golf, you're doing all right for yourself. You really are. I had absolutely no issue with the song, except for one. And the funny thing is, the one thing I had an issue with was also the one thing that I give the most praise for. The song itself, not a complicated song. It's fast. There were places where we were going at a breakneck tempo, but we wouldn't stay there for very long. We would stay there for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes before we would slow things down, or we would change things up, or we would go to a halftime feel, or we would change the feel of the song, or we would do something to switch gears. Nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that's probably the biggest thing going for the song. What they were playing was not complex. The chordal progression was not impressive, okay? It wasn't. It was very easy to follow along with. Once you heard it once or twice, you got it. It's very easy to follow. But that definitely lends itself to the appeal and the listenability to the average listener. You know, the average person who's going to listen to the song is going to catch on to those things. They're going to see that, they're going to hear the chordal progression, they're going to feel the chordal progression, they're going to be able to follow the chordal progression. Why? Because it's pretty simple to follow. Nothing wrong with that. That lends to the grand appeal to the general public. The more people you can make the song appeal to, the better. The more people will end up liking the song. Thus, the more people will want to see what else the group has to offer. They did change gears a lot. And like I said, that was both the biggest strong point and also the weakest part of the song at the exact same time. I talked about during the reaction, I'm gonna just briefly explain what I mean by that. They did change directions a lot. They changed tempo, they messed around with tempo, they messed around with feel, they messed around with direction, they messed around in a lot of different ways. They even modulated a few times. They did change keys a couple of times. And I gotta give them credit for that. That absolutely, and they made it seamless. They made it all work from transition to transition to transition to transition. Every single transition felt good. And that's all due to the setup. They would set each one up, whether it was a long setup or a 2-measure setup, they set it up appropriately in a way that was very pleasing to the ear. So when they did change direction, it didn't sound abrupt. It didn't sound janky. It didn't sound sudden. The only time it sounded sudden was the very beginning of the song. That was the only time that I felt like, blah, that I was like, whoa, okay, we took off. There it is. All right. But once that happened, I was able to sit back into the groove and get into it. And from there on out, every time we changed direction, speed, tempo, feel, whatever it is we did to change, it all made sense. It all sounded good, and it never felt bad. That was the biggest thing going for the song, in all honesty. It was also its downfall, because at some point, like I said, about the, I think it was about the 14-minute mark, 14.5-minute mark, or maybe close to the 15-minute mark. There was like 3.5 minutes left in the song. Well, I paused and I said, I'm starting to get not bored, but I'm starting to see the limitations of where we can go. Because I'm asking myself this, okay, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that, and we've done that, and we've done that, and we've done that. What else is there? Where else can we go with this? What else can we do? And I remember, and this is the weird thing, the last 3.5 minutes, they got into that groove. And about halfway through it, I remember thinking to myself, I believe it or not, I hope they stay here. I hope they don't change. I hope they spend these last, at this point it was like 2 minutes left, but it was like, but those last 3.5 minutes, I was thinking to myself, I really hope they don't change. I really hope they keep it here, because it would be nice to have this consistency for the ending, how we're gonna end. That would make sense. And I really hope we don't change around a whole lot more, because at that point, it's gonna become old hat. We've done that, okay, you're doing it again, okay, But instead, they did exactly the opposite of what I was hoping for the entire song, and in those last 3.5 minutes, they did exactly what I hoped they would do for those last 3.5 minutes, which was stay exactly where they were. Same chordal progression, same tempo, same feel, same everything. Just to have that last release, like, there it is. All right, yeah. You know what I mean? To have that ending, and it felt good. It really did. They did modulate. They did change key, but the pattern and the tempo and the feel all stayed the same. The chordal progression stayed the same. Everything stayed the same. So that was fine. That was fine. That wasn't a problem. It's kind of weird how that worked out. Where they had the biggest strength was also, in my opinion, its biggest problem. Did it cause the downfall of the song? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, the song was fun to listen to without question. Was it a long song? Yes. Did it feel long? Yes, but not longer than it actually was. The song didn't drag. It's not like it dropped anchor and went, okay, come on, we can make it, come on, we can do it. No, it wasn't that. The song flowed along at a nice pace, a nice steady pace. And there were some really cool things happening in there. Like I said, the change up in tempos were nice. They were well set up. The changes in feel, unexpected at times, but very pleasing to the ear. I like the bass work. I do like the bass work. It was nice to hear the bass kind of put up at the front a little bit in sections, especially doing the techniques that he was doing. Never thought in a million years I would hear tapping from the bass on a NOFX song. That was nice to hear. It was different. What he was tapping was just, like I said, it was just the triad, 1 3 5 1 3 5 with it, doodly 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 doodly, and then he modulated down the half step on the root while keeping the the 3 went down to the 2, so 7 2 5 7 2 5 7 2 5, and then went down to the major 6 to the open. It would be probably the G. So it'd be E, G, and then the funny thing is playing the D. So it's a very typical tapping pattern. You hear a lot of bass players do it. Doodly 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 doodly. But the fifth is always the same. It's, would I say that's impressive? No, because I've heard so many bass players do it before. I can do it myself. It's just it's not what I would call impressive, but it was fun to hear. It was definitely a nice little change up, something completely unexpected, completely out of left field, and it was very well done, very cleanly done. So I got absolutely no complaint about it. I'm just not gonna stand here and say that it's impressive. You know, I'm not gonna say that. No, pretty much everything he did, everything the bass player did sounded really cool, man. I dug what he did. And it definitely helped keep my interest in the song. It kept me vested within the song. The guitar playing, pretty straightforward chords, filling out the sound. We did have some guitar solo work, which was nice to hear. The guitar solos never lasted very long, though. They lasted maybe 15, 20-second stops, and then they were gone. But that's okay. You know, they're going for a very specific direction, a very specific style of music, and that's perfectly fine. I think what really impressed me most about this song, more than anything else, more than the direction changes, more than the time changes, more than the tempo changes, more than the modulations and the feel changes and everything else, I think the thing that really impressed me more than anything else were the vocals. The usages, in particular, the usages of harmonies. Not so much what the singer was singing on his own. When he was singing solo, I mean, it sounded good. I didn't have a problem with it. But I would never sit here and say that there was impressive singing. But the placement of the harmonies and the harmonic structures, whether they be major triads that would modulate to minor triads, or minor triads would modulate to major triads, or that would translate to augmented fifths, or whatever is the case of the direction that they would go from the triads, it sounded really well thought out. Every single harmony that they did was perfectly placed and made perfect sense, and was very pleasing to the ear. I'm a little surprised that is what impressed me the most about the song, but honest to God, folks, that's how I feel. No, I feel very good with that 4-star rating. It's definitely a great song. Would I ever listen to this again? I would like to be able to sit here and with a straight face and honestly tell you, yes, I will listen to this song regularly, but the honest to God truth is, folks, no, I won't. If I'm on a long, I would be inclined, if I were to put this on any playlist, I might, and I'm saying might, I might put this on my playlist for my long drives, like driving to Vegas playlist. I might put it on there simply because of the length of the song. But yeah, it's not something I would want to listen to every day. This is like, okay, and I don't want NOFX fans to take that as some sort of a slight. It is what it is. Like Dream Theater, for example. Would I ever listen to Scene from a Memory, the entire album, start to finish, all 12 chapters? Okay, for those of you that don't know, that's one song. 182-minute long song. The entire album is one song broken up into 12 or 13 parts. I forgot. I think it's 12 parts. Yeah, and that's 12 tracks. But it's one continuous song. It never actually stops. You know, you hear it fade almost to an out. It almost completely fades out with looking through her eyes. But right as it's about to finish fading out, you hear Home start to fade in, so it never actually ends. Would I ever listen to Scene from a Memory every single day? you know, the funny thing is I did for a while. I did for a while, but I could not do that now. Absolutely not. No, never in a million years. No. Every once in a while, maybe once or twice a year, I will put that song on, that entire album on, and I will listen to it start to finish. Same thing with like Rush's 2112 or Hemispheres. You know, I'll listen to Hemispheres like once or twice a year. I'll listen to Rush 2112. Okay, honestly, I'll listen to Rush 2112 maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I dig that tune, man. I do. But even still, I can't listen to that song every day. I just can't. So that's not a slight against this song. Okay, it's not. I'm not trying to say that that song's terrible or anything like that. I'm just saying I couldn't possibly see myself listening to this song every single day. Once or twice a year, yeah, I could see myself listening to this song. Absolutely. It has entertainment value. Absolutely it does. And it's pleasing to the ear, and it is a fun listen. Long, yes, but still a fun listen. So overall, 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I feel good with that score, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 4 out of 5 stars, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.